Welcome to Sports Rap. I am your host, Robert Pickford Jr. And together, we'll go over the plays, highlight the details, and give you all the analysis for everything you need to make an informed decision on your games on a week-to-week basis. Welcome to Sports Rap, Week 16. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's get started right away with my new segment that I love to do, and that's just read to you guys and we discern and discuss what's going on. U.S. government admits rolling crash that killed skaters. I was reading this. This bothers me. The U.S. government admitted Wednesday that the actions of an air traffic controller and Army helicopter pilots played a role in causing the January 29th collision between an airliner and a Black Hawk helicopter near Washington, D.C. that killed 67 people, including a group of elite young figure skaters. That's why it has to do with sports, the world of sports. Well, that's a huge payout for the government at some point. They're going to stall, but golly, man, 67 people just checked it in. That's a lottery I don't want to be in. You know, people always say, I want to win the lottery. I don't want to hit that lottery. Nakua's brother arrested over theft of Lakers' car. What? Samson Nakua, Puka's brother. We didn't even know he existed. A brother of Los Angeles Rams star. Report allegedly stealing a vehicle that reportedly belonged to Lakers forward Adu Thero. The men arrested Saturday by the LA sheriffs are Trey Rose, 27, and Samson Nakua. Well, Samson's a little gangbanger. That's all that. Those Samoans, they can get down too. They're basically African American and some kind of Polynesian mixture. And they can get down and shoot people and break into houses and do all that kind of stuff just like everybody else. So this is not shocking. And this doesn't have anything to do with race or anything. I'm just saying it has to do with race, and it doesn't have to do with race. Prepare to be offended, okay? I'm not going to offend you, but prepare to be offended. Bears expand stadium search to include Indiana. Dumb. They're going to build it all the way out into another state. Sources, Garnett rejoins Wolves in off-court role. Okay. Michigan to act swiftly if findings warrant firings. They still dealing with the backlash from the brother having sex with the white girl, getting her pregnant while he was married, then having her have broke into her house, made her have an abortion. Is there anything wrong with that? Yeah. Whole hell of a lot wrong with that. NCAA slams Kalishi intent to offer portal trading. Some people stealing and grifting. 7'9" Florida center Rue dunks for first field goal. Man, what does this dude look like? 7'9". Oh, he's of the Caucasian variety here. Let's see. Here's Oliver Rue, the world's tallest teenager, scores his first bucket for Florida. All right. Moving right along into the NFL, I'm going to have to eat a little crow. The Broncos have not lost in forever. Remember, I started off the show 2 weeks late. And I ended up covering, and I started when they were losing. So they lost to Indianapolis, and they lost to San Diego. We're just going to call them San Diego. The Chargers. And they haven't lost since. So it's time for me to eat a little crow. And I think the Broncos are not only going to go to the Super Bowl, but they may win that thing because they're going to end up having to play the Seahawks or the Rams. Seahawks, Rams, Eagles. And the Eagles are out. They're mentally unchecked, unhinged. So we got down, we were like, every week I've been doing the show. We've been breaking it down. And the games, for the most part, it was confusing at first because the Broncos don't have any offense or don't appear to have any offense or are not using their offense correctly. So now, as we have progressed into week 13, 14, 15, they're starting to develop an offense, and what they're doing is they're using Courtland Sutton. And we knew this the whole time. It's like if you throw the ball to Courtland, you can win the Super Bowl. And look what's happening is they are aligned. I don't see them losing. Not with that defense. If that whole Samoan kid that we have keeps coming up smacking people like that from the safety, the Riley Moss negation isn't even a factor anymore. It's like, let him get his 5 penalties per game. He's still fighting and harassing and hassling. So let him, and they smash the run, and they make the quarterback so nervous that he can't throw the ball correctly. He can't plant set. He's say hot, and they're in the shotgun, which allows you an extra 2 seconds, and they're not able to discern the reads correctly. Patrick Mahomes found out the hard way. And then Micah Parsons was in there charging, doing his Micah thing, and blew his shit out. And those ACL injuries are not nice. I looked it up. Basically, they drill through your bone, and they take a piece of muscle off your, what was it? The piece of tendon out of your hip, and then they rethread it back through your bone is like this, and the tendon inside there that runs inside there has been corrupted. So they drill that out, then they put the new tendon back in there. So this is your knee bending, right? And there's a tendon in there. So then they have to firm it up, and it basically, that new piece grows right back in there, which is amazing. They couldn't, that's why these dudes are coming back so fast, because like, how in the hell back in the day that injury would have ended your career, or it took 2 to 3 years. Now they're back in 1 year, and that's how they're doing it. So Micah blows his ACL out, which literally puts their franchise out. They were in the running, so we would have been talking about, well, the Broncos could be playing Green Bay in the Super Bowl. They're not going to make it. Micah's gone. And that's the hell of a mental blow for a team like that, too. They're already a small market team, and then you tell them your best defensive player, your motor, your engine is out. They're going to be just like Dallas is without Micah Parsons, just rudderless. Dallas is a joke, okay? And I like their colors. That's my squad, kinda. I wasn't born in Texas. I like all teams and all colors. There's a few teams who I just hate. Like, I will never wear a Tampa Bay Buccaneers jersey. That crappy looking junk. I wouldn't wear a Jacksonville Jaguars jersey. That's some junk. I wouldn't wear, what wouldn't I wear? What else wouldn't I wear? Bengals, junk. Jets, junk. The only reason why I would wear a Jets jersey, it would have Namath on the back of it, number 12. New Orleans, what would I be doing wearing a New Orleans Saints jersey? And who would be on the back of it? Breeze. Yoo-hoo, Breeze. Drew Brees, little racist cracker. That, man, we're in bad shape politically, mentally, spiritually. Okay, let's do a little reading about. So the Broncos' next victim is the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here, they have absolutely, literally no chance of beating the Broncos. As we covered in week, 12, when I went to the Broncos game, other than me hating the stadium, The Broncos, I just didn't understand it. I was like, what am I? It's 3-3, 6-3, 6-6, 9-6. That's how they played the Chiefs. Field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal, field goal. And then eventually somebody scored a touchdown. But the whole point was, I didn't understand that. I think it was the Broncos defense is that good. That's what I wasn't getting. It's like, okay, the reason why they're kicking field goals is because they can't score touchdowns, okay? It's a simple mathematical equation. It's called red zone, not getting it into the red zone, not converting your third downs, not being able to get it into the end zone. Okay, so you score field goals. So what the Broncos did with the Chiefs, which was, I didn't even think about it, was a war of attrition. They're like, you know what, we're going to kick your ass with field goals because we're not going to allow you to score. And literally, we will play the entire game like that. I was like, wow, they were tight as hell. You know, like tight, like playing like this, like fight. Literally holding your guard for 3 hours, and pow! And then just come out and just strike a dude right in the face, and you're like, whoa, wait, what? So that's what the Broncos are doing now. Can they do that to New England, Buffalo, and that's it? Can they do that to New England or Buffalo? And then here's nuts. It's going to be at Mile High. At Mile High. They're not traveling like that old Bronco crap. This could be their year to win their first Super Bowl. I didn't see it coming. I don't know if this is paid for, if this is flag football. And when I mean flag, red flag, yellow flag, all flags. I don't know what flag we're flying. We're flying the flag of confusion. We don't really have a running back. I mean, we have a running back, but R.J. Harvey, I mean, that's running back by committee bullshit. We don't have a tight end. Evan Ingram, he's our tight end dude. Is he a block? No. Well, I guess they don't block anymore. They don't block anymore in the NFL. So he's not considered a blocking tight end. I was thinking basically Evan Ingram is the fourth receiver. So they have Sutton, Ingram, Mims, and some other dude. And that's actually, that might be the best receiving core in the NFL. I was thinking about that. I said, God damn. So they got a good, hot quarterback, 4 to 5 guys that can catch the ball now. No bullshit. It wasn't like back in the day where nobody could catch. These guys can actually catch the ball. And Harvey can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's proven that. So I guess he is worth his. If you look at his stats, you're like, well, where is he on the rushing list? It's like, shit, way down there, number 25 or something. But it doesn't matter. He's killing it right now. Okay, let's do a little reading. Denver and Jacksonville. Denver and Jacksonville have met 15 times all time, with the Broncos holding a narrow 8-7 overall edge. This is one of the teams where I've actually read where the Broncos have a winning record over the team in 15 meetings. Let's see. Denver holds a narrow lead, 7-6. Total meetings, 15. Overall record, 8-7. Average score, Broncos 22.2 points per game in the 15 meetings. Jaguars 18.8 points. Okay, so that would be a 3.8 difference. Basically a field goal. Last meeting, October 22. Damn, they have not played each other in almost 4 years. London, Denver won 21-17. Designated Jaguars home game. Oh, wow, they stole a home game from the Jaguars on top of that. Broncos at home versus Jags are straight up and down 50%, 3-3. Jaguars at home versus Broncos are 3-4. The Jaguars have beaten the Broncos at home 3 times. Longest Broncos win streak versus Jags, 2 games, achieved 3 separate times, and currently active after wins in 2016, 21, and 22. Okay. So basically for the last decade, the Broncos have been beating the Jaguars, which is kind of odd because the Broncos have been losing the last team. The Broncos have been playing at 50% or less, 500 ball or less for the last 10 years. They got beat by the Miami Dolphins 70-20 just 2 years ago. Let's not forget that. That's why we're running around calling their defensive coordinator Flip Wilson. So he's lost his Flip moniker this year. It's like Flip is gone. Okay? He can take, just like Steve Young got the monkey off his back, Vance Joseph is no longer Flip Wilson. The rivalry-defining moment in the 1996 AFC Divisional Playoff game with Broncos. This was Jaguars at Broncos in the Divisional Playoffs, 1996. Ambush at Mile High. That's a sweet name. When the second year, just their second year in the league, stunned the 13-3 number 1 seed Denver Broncos, just like they are this year. Okay, so the Broncos are 12-2. They're the number 1 seed, and the Jaguars came in and stunned the Broncos at Mile High, 30-27. Could that be a foreshadowing of Sunday? Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, how many years ago? Oh, and that was, man, almost, let's see, was that 30 years ago? Don't tell me that was 30 years ago. It was. That was 30. To the day. It was 29 years ago. Denver answered the next. Okay, so they beat up the Broncos, and then the very next year the Broncos beat them, springboarding a run to a back-to-back Super Bowl title. So literally the Broncos had almost won 3 Super Bowls in a row. But as they like to script it, and sometimes fate takes over, is the Jaguars were like, you guys are not ready yet. But the next year the Broncos were ready yet. Okay, so the Broncos were ready. Okay, if the Broncos win a 4th title, that's gonna shoot them into. It almost doesn't matter anymore because it's so bullshit and fixed and crazy. But it would be nice to get one more. That'll put them in the range of the 49ers, Dallas, and Pittsburgh, the most respected teams of all time in the NFL. We would have a lot of respect then. You could wear your jersey pretty much and not have any problems there, little brother. Little brother! Yoo-hoo, little brother. Okay, week 16, little brother. I'm so glad that there's no flies in the studio this week. We don't have to bring out a fly swatter. Our weather is way too warm. We're having problems everywhere, guys. Weather, health insurance, groceries, you name it. The only thing is nominalized, regular is gas. And it's back to where it should just be normally. It's not like abnormally low or anything. It's $2.50, $2, but it fluctuates. Okay, we got a good one on tonight. That's why I had to hurry and get this show done. Get the show done, dummy. Los Angeles, this is a playoff. This is it. This is basically to see who the Broncos are going to play. So as we go through our Week 16 picks, barring that the Broncos drop that game, like we just talked about, the ambush at Mile High, the Broncos will be playing their playoff games at home. So that's going to mean New England's coming here. It could mean the Chargers are coming here, and then that's the last game of the season for the Broncos, I think, is the Chargers. So they're going to play them twice. They're going to get to whoop their rear end in LA. Then they're going to play them again because they're going to be the lower seed. And then they would play somebody like Buffalo, whoever scrambles up out of that pack, because Buffalo will end up annihilating Pittsburgh again. Or Jacksonville, because Jacksonville's record is up there. So they'll end up annihilating. Buffalo will either play Pittsburgh or Jacksonville, annihilate them, then end up having to deal with the Broncos. And that's going to, by then, it'll be just too much. It'll be like, New England at Denver. And Peckerwood's going to be licking their chops up there, drinking, going crazy, you know. Denver police going to have their hands full that night. They're going to be some people getting busted in the mouth all over the place. But they have that place pretty much under control. You can't take anything in there. That's why they have all that crap, the rules in place. Okay, let's get serious. Let's get freaking serious, guys. Los Angeles Rams at Seattle. I'm going with Seattle. Man, why would I go with Seattle, though? Why? What is it with me and them? Is it the uniforms? They're at home. Sam Darnold. Oh, yeah, they got Njigba, Darnold. They got that running back. They got a solid defense. Okay, let's go ahead and let's mount up. It's ride or die tonight for them. It literally is right. That's a great game to watch tonight, too. I wonder what I'm going to have to eat. Let's get some. All right. Let's get some grub going on up in there. Might have to get my crock pot. Oh, crock pot, come on now. Green Bay Packers, who cares? Green Bay's done. Green Bay Packers at Chicago. This is Chicago's year. Oh, yeah, we forgot about Chicago. That's why we have to go over this. Okay, so I'm taking Chicago, but Chicago does factor in the playoff hunt. So Chicago's going to end up taking out Philly. The Niners are going to end up taking out Tampa. It's the same thing every year. Philly will end up playing, but will lose to the prognosticators have the Rams and the Broncos playing. I'm trying to figure out how we can get another one of these teams in there, but I just don't see it. I think they're going to be right. See, this game tonight decides it. It literally decides who the Broncos are going to be playing. I ain't never seen no shit like this. I ain't never seen no shit like this. Get down, Broncos. Okay, New England Patriots at Baltimore Ravens. New England. They have to stay up with the Broncos. They're going to smash Baltimore. And they just lost to Buffalo, so they're going to be playing angry ball. Tampa Bay at, oh boy, here's a playoff game. Tampa Bay at Carolina. And that's for first place. Once again, what we were just discussing. I'm going to take the home team on that. I'm going to suffer. Why would I go against my squad? But Tampa Bay's beat up. I think it's Carolina's time to take them out. Take them out, Carolina. Buffalo at Cleveland. God damn, Shedeur can't catch a break. Look at Cleveland is playing the schedule the Broncos should have. They are getting hammered. Excuse me. That just made me angry. Buffalo at Cleveland. Man, god damn. Train wreck. And this white boy, he is literally sabotaging Shedeur. He's like, He gave him the wrong playbook in the wristband last week. I don't know what I would do. They have to do something, sue him or something. Please get him out of there. Kevin Stefanski, I would bust him in his mouth right now. Promise you. Let him come walking through that back door. Da-da-da-da-da. I'll be like, here, sit down, Kevin. Bow! Bow! Here, Kevin, you little racist. And then beat him to the... Well, who told you to do this? This can't be you, all you're doing. The one brother in prison, I used to watch his show. He calls that a wig splitter special. Kevin Stefanski would be getting the wig splitter special from Robert Pickford Jr., the host of Sports Rap. And you can put your money on that. I'll come out winner every time on that, just like I whooped the Trump's ass. Both of their charity event. I need to make some money anyway. Charity boxing match. Me, 60.5 years old versus either one of the Trump boys. And they're sub 50 years old. I'll break that dude off. It would be what are we doing, boxing or MMA? Which one? Or both? Or do we get to what they call jujitsu, which is a mixture of all of that ass whooping? Which one do you want? Have you ever seen a jujitsu? That's Sammy Davis Jr. Have you ever seen a jujitsu? Los Angeles Chargers at Dallas Cowboys. Los Angeles Chargers. Oh. Racist MAGA Harbaugh going down to Crazyville to play the old racist Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones knows how to be an undercover racist. He's like, I love you. And then sitting there measuring your penis size with his buddies. We're going to go with the Chargers there. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. I love my little show. New York Jets at New Orleans Saints. New York Jets at New Orleans Saints. I would like to shoot. You know what a Scud missile is? It's a Russian attack missile, and it's loaded on a truck, and then they have a hydraulic lift, and it just. I just like to launch a Scud right into that game. Like, it's just your teams are worthless. They suck. They're both new at New York and New Orleans. Both of y'all need vampire, devil worshiping. How about those two states just collide into each other, blow each other up, and then create a giant sinkhole? That would be nice. How about that? Just take the Saints, idiot, stupid team. And that's where our coach came from. I'm hot, man. I'm pissed. Let's see. Minnesota Vikings at New York Giants. Let's try to get through the show without me punching a hole in the wall, shall we? Minnesota Vikings at New York Giants. Minnesota Vikings. Two more just, oh my God. Two more dysfunctional. I think we have found the dysfunction, Michael. Michael, my boy, my brother. Minnesota at New York Giants. Where do you go with that? There's everybody's out, beat up. Scatterbo tore his foot off. He learned a lesson there. He's been on the internet running his mouth a little bit too. When he comes back, he's gonna get his ass whooped again too. Keep running up in there with your little midget ass. Dude is like 5'10". He's got a lot of lower leg strength, but that don't mean shit. Them dudes are diving at your feet, fool. You supposed to be getting down. He's out there trying to cause damage and headbutt people. It's like, what? You do realize everybody out here's a freak, right? We're all freaks. We all have abilities. We can, like, this guy jumps over that guy, and one guy, he can throw the ball. Yeah, we're all freaks. He found that out. He got freaked on. Vikings at Giants. Just go with the home team. Keep running this. These same numbers, these same schematics and numbers. Uh-oh. Chiefs at Tennessee. This might be a time. Yeah. Tennessee. We're going Tennessee because the Chiefs, Mahomes is out. Gardner. I will never pick a Gardner booger eating Minshew. They caught him eating a booger out of his nose. He did just like this. Took it out, one of them big ones, and then he looked at it. What I seen people do, they look at it and they examine it. And then there's that moment where they're like, eat it or flick it. And oh boy, it was just like, and the camera was on him the whole time. I said, God, Lord, have mercy. That's the nastiest white man I think I've ever seen. Atlanta Falcons at Arizona Cardinals. Atlanta Falcons at Arizona Cardinals. Two more dysfunctional teams. Well, what is it? What is it? What is it? What is it? The dysfunction started 4 games ago. Jets at New Orleans. Vikings at Giants. Atlanta Falcons at Arizona Cardinals, the two teams with the birds on their helmets. We just go with the home team. Because Jacoby Brissett will be playing against, it will be Brissett against Cousins, Kirk Cousins. Cousins probably has a better arm, but with them traveling, I think it's time for, the Cardinals haven't won a game in like 4 games. They're on a pretty heavy slide. Jacksonville at Denver. Denver's going to whoop their ass, clean their clock. Steelers at Lions. Lions, although the Lions are on a really good skid. I think, did they win last week? Hold on. Let's look that up. Doopa-doopa-doo. Where are the Lions? The pathetic shell of themselves, what they were 2 years ago. Jamar Gibbs is running good, though. I mean, they're not totally useless, but Jesus. What is, I just hit, okay. You're gonna piss me off. You're gonna really piss me off. You're gonna really piss me off. Detroit is 8-6, and they lost their last damn game. That's what I thought. I said, yeah, they're on a 1-game losing streak going right into the playoffs. Their next games are against Pittsburgh, Minnesota, and Chicago. All winnable games except for Chicago. They're probably not going to win that game. What is this TBD with Chicago? 1, 2, 3. Lost. So they just lost. Okay. 3 games to go. 1-game losing streak. Yeah, they're not relevant at all. So it's Pittsburgh at Detroit. Can Pittsburgh ever catch a break? Pittsburgh at Detroit. Both of these teams are 8-6. Good grief. Let me guess. Pittsburgh just lost. No, they won. They beat Miami and Baltimore. That's why they're back in it. So Pittsburgh, they out of the last 6 games, they are 500. That's why it's like car running like this. 500 ball. That's why I was like, what is it with Pittsburgh? Their next 3 games are against Detroit, Cleveland, which they're going to win, and Baltimore. They'll win that one. So more than likely, yeah, Pittsburgh's in. Okay. Pittsburgh's in. Even if they lose tonight, they'll still be in. Raiders at Texans. Texans all the way. That's not even a game. Raiders have, well, then Max Crosby had the nerve to try to go after one of his teammates. It's like, white boy, they jacked your ass up. They ran away from you. They did whatever they could. You weren't in the play. Now you're going to be mad at somebody else? Shit. Get on another team, nigga. Go to Cleveland. Tell you what, you take Myles Garrett's place, he can go to Philly. You want to play that shit? I bet that'll shut him up. Send him to Siberia. Oh, no. How about, better yet, send him to New Orleans. Let's see how good you are down there. Lame ass dudes in the NFL. Some of these dudes are sorry as fuck. Excuse my language. Getting paid $150. Max Crosby makes $40 million a year. You fucking kidding me, man? Get the F out of here. Cincinnati Bengals at Miami Dolphins. More dysfunction. My God, look at the dysfunction in the NFL. I'll never take Miami. I'll never take them. The coach is from Colorado. We discussed that. He's a vapor. He's a young dude. He's weird. He looks like he's on heroin. His head is always down. What's wrong with Miami? It's just like, get this fool, little curly head, big sucker with the big glasses. Man, get him out of here. What's wrong with Miami? I don't know. Then got the nerve there. All options are open for Tua. Yeah, for him to get his ass up out of there. All options. Tua can throw it. He wouldn't be there if he couldn't throw it. Dumbass. Dude throws for 500 yards a game. He got concussed a couple times. He got jacked up. But I blame it on him. San Francisco, last game of the week. God damn it. San Francisco 49ers at Indianapolis Colts. Oh, my God, dude. Just San Francisco, please put them out of their misery. Please, please, please. My dad is up in the new Emirates tournament. We have a sub-co-sponsor, the Emirates. We're like the NBA. We're corrupt. We got APAC, the Jews, and the Emirates. We're sponsored by the United Emirates. Just kidding. You know I don't take no sponsorships. Because we want to be able to curse and laugh and have fun and do humor and political stuff. And this is my blog. This is my thing. It's beautiful to have your thing. It's called freedom of speech, brother. Okay, that's going to wrap up week 16. Broncos are going to go all the way. Go, go, go Broncos. Even though, we got problems, we're not going to trip about the problems. They are what they are. I think they're going to win. This is just a precursor show to getting just closer to it. We're almost done with the year. Guys! Look, guys, we only got, let's see, 1, 2. Look at it. How is that possible? Oh, because my sheet, because now they're going into this thing where they're going to be playing the Saturday games. So even though we're at week 16, yeah, okay, week 17, week 18. There's 17 games in the season plus one bye week. Okay, this is it. I didn't break nothing, did I? Did. All right, bye-bye.